Plus, why are we right there?
Okay. Have you ever been in an elevator with your mom when she digs in her purse, pulls out a notepad and pen, and begins to interview everyone in the elevator? I'm number 7 of 9, and my brothers and sisters and I are going to celebrate our mom's life on November 2nd, 2018 in New Orleans. I'm going to eulogize Mom by looking at her life from birth through the death of my father, her life in Arizona, and her life in Iowa. George Bernard Shaw, an Irish playwright, critic, polemicist, and political activist from the late 1800s said, "Life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself." Mom was born Elizabeth Gretchen Lehman on April 26, 1922 in Wadsworth, Ohio. Mom graduated from high school at 16 and enrolled at Seattle College when she was 17. Mom met my dad on a blind date, and 2.5 weeks later he proposed. They married March 3rd, 1940, and moved back to Bertha, Minnesota. The following year, they bought 6 sections of land in Page, North Dakota, and they farmed. My dad custom combined small grain wheat from Kansas to Texas in the winter for extra money. Mom cooked for the crew on an open fire, and they slept in tents. When my dad started his fat cattle order buyer business, Mom worked as a journalist. When my dad bought a sale barn, Mom ran the cafe. When my dad was done with the sale barn, Mom became the city tax assessor. Every Sunday while I was growing up, Mom invited people home from church for Sunday dinner. Mom had the best parties. We had Halloween parties, birthday parties, teacher dinners, and carnivals in our 3-story Victorian home. Mom also used her hostess and journalism skills for General Federation of Women's Clubs. Mom was the editor of the GFWC State Magazine for North Dakota for over 15 years. In 1989, Mom was chosen as North Dakota's Mother of the Year through a GFWC program. Helen Keller said, "Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all." 2 weeks after my parents celebrated their 40th wedding anniversary, my dad died. Jim Backus, a Fargo Forum writer, saw my dad's obituary and sent condolences to my mom. They married within the year. Jim thought that my mom could walk on water, and she could. Soon, Mom was writing for the Fargo Forum also. Mom and Jim traveled. They explored China, Japan, most of Europe, Hawaii, Alaska, and Mexico. In 1991, Mom and Jim were done with winter in North Dakota. They moved south. Mom did a lot of public speaking in Arizona. In 2002, Mom had her first heart attack of 6. And then Jim died in 2006. A car accident in 2014 ended Mom's driving. And in February of 2015, Mom moved into an independent senior living apartment. She tolerated that until June of 2015. Then she decided if she had to be in one of those places, she may as well move north and be closer to some of her daughters. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and philosopher, in 161 to 180 AD said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, and to love." Mom spent about 1 week acclimating to Iowa. Then she decided to write a book. 93 years old. She didn't want to get bored, and she didn't want to feel useless. She pulled out her notebook, and she started interviewing. George Bernard Shaw said, "We don't stop playing because we get old. We get old because we stop playing. Mom had a thirst for life that lasted until she stepped into heaven on January 13, 2018. She loved what she did, whether she was a farm wife, a journalist, a tax assessor, a party giver, or a retiree. I've eulogized my mom by looking at her life from birth through my dad's death, her life in Arizona, and her life in Iowa. Oscar Wilde, an Irish poet and playwright from the late 1800s, said, "To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, and that is all."